Outcome?
Persuade.
Outcome?
Just persuade because it's supposed to be a mystery, so I can tell you.
Okay, that's true. Very good point. Audience?
Parents and teachers.
Got my attention. Go for it.
Okay, alright. So hi, I'm Johnson. I'll need all of you to do me a favor once again. Sorry for asking you to constantly do me favors. So just have a look at this photo here and try to think of what adjectives comes to mind.
Puke?
What?
Puke?
Puke? Alright.
Something slimy coming out of it.
Heather?
Really gross.
Alice?
Disturbing.
Steve? Ugly. Yes, correct. Alright, so okay, so truth be told, like for about my secondary school life and as well as junior college, I believe it was kind of like my first name. And if you look at this, okay, this is me in secondary school. This guy over here. So back then I was really thin. I had really bad teeth. My teeth was just all over the place. And yeah, so to some people that was really a problem. You know, even though I did well in school, I was great at running. I was a cross country champion. I was in the basketball school team. But yeah, the looks became a really important factor to some people, right? So this is like secondary school wasn't so bad. I was just humiliated normally from time to time, really. And there was this incident that I really remembered in secondary school. Was like, you see this guy over here? So he said to me something. He was like, oh yeah. So he said, "Sai, I have no idea why all the ugly guys are with the hot girls." And then he said, "But don't worry, Johnson, you wouldn't have this problem." And so that was secondary school for me. And then I moved into junior college. And I still remember my first chemistry class. And it was my first chemistry tutorial. And then there was this guy, his name, right? So the chemistry teacher has a chemistry question that I can't really remember by now. And I responded. I don't know the answer, but you can ask Johnson because he looks like shit. And then yeah, people laugh and so on and so forth. And then to top it off, like there was this girl in my class, and she responded with, "Oh, Belle, don't be so mean." But that didn't really help. That to me was more like affirmation, really. And yeah, there was another psychotic guy in my class. I'll call him psychotic. He'll do this to me every day. Whenever he see me, he'll be going like, "Oh, seriously, why do you look so ugly?" Like even in public on the bus. Why does your face look so effed? And your face looks like pasta because it was messed up. And then there was this incident that had to do with the camera, right? So I was like, it was nighttime. I was using MSN Messenger when it was still cool back then. And then this message pops up. And then this guy in my class messaged me and told me, "Oh, did you know this guy that just called me A?" He posted a photo of you on MSN and they're famous now. Right? So I'm going to click on the photo. So as it turns out, it was a side profile of me. And back then my teeth was really bad. And so this was how my side profile looks like. So that was why he posted it. I'm just thinking through. Yeah, so back then I remember during secondary school and junior college, I was quite upset with this, to be honest. I'll be crying almost every night and praying, not to look like Brad Pitt, not to be handsome like him, but just to look normal so that I can feel accepted and not having to go through this on a daily basis. And this was something that you want to tell your parents, right? I mean, how am I supposed to go to my mom and tell her, "Hey mom, somebody in school said I'm ugly and I feel sad." And then it was especially painful because it was something that you can't really change in the short run, right? It's like you could tell me that my grades are bad or I'm stupid, my grades are bad. It's like I try to improve myself, but looks are constant. You can't really do much about it at that point in time. So, why am I telling you all this? This is because bullying is becoming an epidemic. About 47 teens are bullied every 5 minutes. Every 30 minutes, a teenager attempts suicide. I'm one of the lucky few few who, got through all this, did not commit suicide and came out as a better person. But not everybody has that, opportunity, and not everybody is that strong, really. And just looking at the figures, you see, if you just calculate, there will be about 48 bully sites a day, and bully sites basically people who commit suicide because they're being bullied. I went on 344 bully sites a month, and that works out to be about 16,218 lives a year. And there are lifelong detrimental effects. For me, the lifelong detrimental effect will be more on you still remember the camera thing? So ever since then, I have a phobia towards camera. I don't take photos on my Facebook, rarely have any photos. I don't like taking videos. The 2 videos that we took the other day, I may even watch it, and I will probably never watch it in my life because I don't dare to see. And lastly, it's also because cyberbullying is on the rise in dramatic numbers with the use of like Facebook and things like this. Now we know the importance of doing this. How do we do it? So firstly, I propose, for us to have an anti-bullying bill, like what the state of Pennsylvania is doing right now, to not just identify the classes of people they want to protect, say for example, black people, things and so on, like gay boys, lesbians, and so on, but also the types of bullying. And this allows teachers to have resources to identify and rectify situations, and also to have parents and teachers to pay attention to their child's behavior. If they see bullying nature in their child, maybe do something to start correcting it, and also maybe if they see their child becoming like sad or something, try to really find out the reason. To counsel the bully and the bullied, and not just reprimand them. And lastly, but most importantly, is for parents and teachers to be really proper role models, to teach their child to love and not to hate, and not to associate anybody with something like this. Thank you. Sorry.
Johnson, thank you for sharing.
No problem.
Visuals, sorry. So the opening slide certainly captured my attention, and I think captured everybody else's attention, and really wanted us to listen to what you had to say. As far as the crying child picture, I think that was a really good picture, but it might have been slightly distracting when you layered other pictures on top of it. And especially in your first slide, you had like the crying child picture and then the picture of you like smiling and all happy, and I completely understand where you were going with it, but at that point it was like slightly contradictory. And yeah, I think the overall, just like the pictures layered on top of pictures was probably slightly distracting.
Okay, sorry, I get really emotional.
Um,
Okay, so you made it really personal, and that kept us really interested. I had no clue what you were going to talk about. The picture in the beginning, I was just like, is he going to talk about like a scary movie? Like, am I going to be scared? So I had no clue what you were going to talk about, so that really kept us in suspense. Your life experience made this more real, because I mean, everyone has instances where we meet someone, either you get bullied or you see people get bullied, but to hear from you, it made it more relevant and personal. And I really appreciate the fact that you actually would share that with us.
So, at the beginning, I'm doing like, sorry, awareness again. So at the beginning, it took me a little while to realize what we were talking about, so it was hard to find the right authority, but then when we started sharing with us everything, you felt at the same moment, I guess, not so comfortable, but still comfortable. So that showed me that you had the authority and the energy to do that. And talking about the awareness, I don't know, I think everybody's, I don't need to comment on that, so yeah.
Can I have a Kleenex?
There was some. There was some. Here.
You need a hug too?
My napkin is like not working. Thank you, sir.
Oh.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for sharing with us. That really is touching. I think we're all touched by that.
I was looking for that word. Yeah.
In terms of being persuasive, I think it would have been nice for us to, I guess, tell us what we can do to stop this happening. Because I mean, you know, I'm not a parent, I'm not a teacher, but if I see a kid getting bullied in the street, what can I do to help? Because you know, it hurts. Yeah, so it was a really emotive presentation. So thanks for sharing.
So I had voice and gestures. So first of all, I'm convinced. I think, you know, obviously bullying is horrible. I think your vocal ability is really good. When you were telling the stories, you're like, you know, when you're talking about the MSN thing and, you know, Johnson, your videos on, you know, your pictures online, and your voice, I could like see that happening. I thought that was great. The ums and ahs. You use but I think I had a experience with one of my friends who her first language is not English, and she says the reason it happens is because you're translating from one language to in her head, she's like translating from one language to the other. So to me, I'm like kind of, I guess, neutral to it. Like it doesn't really bother me, but I know that like for some people it could bother them because I understand that sometimes that happens. Like when you get nervous, you go into a comfort zone and you're probably comfortable speaking in another language, so that, you know, that kind of happens. The pauses, you pause to gather your thoughts, which is really good, instead of like rambling something like that doesn't make any sense. The gestures again, like with just the sound, the MSN thing, and you're like boop, you know, we can see that like with our communicator like popping up on the screen, and then this message coming through. Your first visual, just to the point of like bullying, we did exactly what bullies do. We were looking at it like, oh my God, what is that? Like, that's terrible, you know what I mean? And it just, by the end of your presentation, it showed like, it drove home the point that you were trying to talk about. You know, we shouldn't judge things. I mean, I'm sure that presentation became more personal than anything for everybody. So I thought that was great. And then you had a huge buildup. Like, I mean, from the first slide to the fifth slide, where it was just like, by the third slide, I knew that you were going to talk about bullying. I just didn't know how you were going to get to it. Like, I was like so into it. Like, how's he going to, like Breaking Bad, which is the picture you have. Like, how do you get from here to here? I have no idea, but it was really good. Like, I loved it. I loved it.
I probably won't be able to say this without crying, so forgive me. Do you know how lucky Johnson & Johnson is to have you? Do you know what that? This is what Johnson & Johnson is all about helping people and changing lives. Oh my God, Johnson, we are so lucky to have heard your story. And thank you for having guts to tell us. It's got to be hard. And I remember the first time we met, you know, when you're talking about being teased about Johnson. Holy cow! This takes it to a whole nother level, and there's F-bombs involved, you know? Sorry, I couldn't resist that. There's a great way to take that presentation and tweak it and just really bring home the message. And I can't tell you one thing you did wrong, because it was so eloquent that you shared your heart. You gave us statistics, you gave us some suggestions, and I would love to work with you some more so that you can get out there and nail that. There are people making a full-time living sharing stories, what you went through, and how helpful it was so that you can touch lives so that it will happen again. And Johnson & Johnson's very lucky to have